If you think about gaming redemption arcs, most of you will highly likely say games like, oh, Red Dead Redemption 2, Nier Automata, Guilty Gear, or Dishonored 2. Games with stories that are redemption arcs. But when I think to gaming redemption arcs, I think to one game only. That game being No Man's Sky.
It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal.
I didn't pay much attention to No Man's Sky after the terrible launch and forgot about it in all honesty until I had my short Subnautica phase and Akii made a video on No Man's Sky after the aquatic update dropped. And I thought, hey, No Man's Sky might actually not be so bad, and I decided to play it to see for myself. And it kinda became an on and off type game. I played it for a bit, built a few bases, and then just turned it off again when I got bored. Until a few months later when I picked it up again. Yet that all changed when Voyagers dropped. And why, we'll get into in a minute. Because at the time, I had deleted my previous save file to make room for other games for videos. So I had to restart my whole game. So let's go over my journey through this absolutely amazing game. As one does, I spawned on some random planet and just kicked off my journey as a simple trader. Warp drive humming, units in mind, I scooped up ships, eventually snagged myself my first freighter as a capital ship, which alone is a great feeling to have a fucking mobile base that you can take everywhere. But everything changed the moment I wandered into a pirate system and heard the voice of freedom. That whisper flipped the switch. Suddenly, I wasn't just a trader anymore. I started raiding freighters, blowing them to scrap and chasing that pirate dream of pure freedom. I built my first Corvette, and yeah, it was a chunky, ugly little brick, but for a first attempt, not too bad if I say so myself. And somewhere along the way, No Man's Sky reminded me of why I love it so much. It's not just that the gameplay is great. No, it's also simply the cinematic scale. Those impossible sunrises, some lasting an eternity, others 3 seconds. Nebulae stretching like paintings across space. It feels big, and it is unreasonably huge. Too many planets to see as a collective in our universe's timeline. Isn't that pure insanity? And as I just said, it looks extremely cinematic all throughout. And it is just such a beautiful game. But built into that beauty there are bugs, and yes, I need to address them if we want to still make this kinda a review. Sometimes they're hilarious when they yeet you out into space. Sometimes it's just kinda useful with how my Corvette has 102 build parts. Don't ask me how I did that, or size glitching, etc. But they can also be weird, like the bug that I mentioned where it just shoot off into space. For how hilarious it is, it's also fucking annoying. But overall, I don't mind the bugs. Though the one thing that I absolutely hate is that you can't see the starship trails of other people, nor other people's capes when you play with them. It would be so fucking cool if we could see that. And while all of that went on, when I raided freighters, destroyed sentinels, built my first pirate base, I saw a massive player faction form all over TikTok. And I know, fuck TikTok, but that's where I saw it. Aurelis Prime. It looked like a blast, but I didn't know how glyphs worked yet, so I just kept playing and watched them try to expand across their planet. Meanwhile, I was becoming a much better pirate, storming through story missions, making deals in the shadows, plotting the next ship, implementing upgrades, and I built my first proper Corvette, inspired by a Redditor's build that I sadly could not find again, resulting in my beloved Voidfang, a long combat-style Corvette that melted sentinels and rivaling pirate NPCs alike. The red glow under the engine rods might have been a pain to place, but it looks great, alongside the hidden cockpit beneath cowlings, and an interior that is a dream to hang out in. And when I started to learn how glyphs work, that was right when Aurelis Prime outlawed NipNip, what I was mostly trading in. But then, another faction started a war over this illegalization, and some wrong accusations made against that other faction. The Redwater Runners versus Aurelis Prime. As I mentioned, Aurelis Prime made up accusations against the Redwater Runners trying to ruin their good name. Thing is, those were fully made up, and due to some investigative work, let's just say the runners now know a lot of tea about Aurelis Prime. The No Man's Sky community is not ready for that bombshell. Anyhow, a group of pirates that hang out, trade NipNip, that have a system of trust and that will not let any wrongdoing stand. Yeah, that sounds something that I would like to be a part of. And with that, the decision was made. I would join the Redwater Runners. Once I figured out how the glyphs worked, I stepped through a portal to the homeworld of the Redwater Runners and built myself a small little nip shack that's more room closet than building. Why did I do that again? And why didn't I notify them before I started building it? Yeah, that wasn't my smartest decision. And my timing for all of this could not have been worse, as the war with Aurelis had just ended and tensions were still fucking high, of course. Yet I did notify the leader after I finished my NipNip shack, and they let me in. And I started hanging out with them a bit, and a few days later, my first NipNip run. A fleet of pirates hauling NipNip, cruising through systems together, exploring planets. It was so fucking epic. They helped me out a bit. I got better at building, understood more of the mechanics of the game, showed me their bases, showed me what other systems they have bases in, and even helped me craft my first sail ship style Corvette. And then our allies at Solara Prime got me into glitch building and the beauty of pod racing, and suddenly my ships actually looked good and they started to outrun other ships. And during all of that, I built a real home on Aqua Fatalis, Fort Perillkeep, in the wreckage of a freighter on Aqua Fatalis, due to the small little room closet of a nip shack being too small and fucking constricting. Who would have fucking guessed? Even if now the constant redestroying of doors is very annoying, and at the fact that other players cannot destroy these breakable parts. Why, Hello Games? Why? That's annoying as fuck. But it doesn't bother me much, because I don't get a lot of visitors in that base, and the most cool stuff is very easily accessible, so who cares? Because after all, I can sit at the bar and watch the sunrise, or enjoy some NipNip in my garden, fish at my dock, or maybe host possible trade events in the future at the bazaar? Yeah, who knows what the future might bring. I still haven't brought that up with Ant. I should probably do that. I also implemented some lore of the base, which summarized is that the freighter that I set up base in is one that I shot down, looted, and set up my base within. And then I partook in the Aurelis Prime ship show. And that event was just indescribable. During the ship show, I saw ships that were absolutely insane, and I actually did take some little snippets and screenshots that I'll put up on the screen here as B-roll, and some were absolutely fucking awesome. Like, look at the blimp, or this battleship. Isn't that fucking badass? And others were simply just fucking hilarious. Like, what's this? Do I need to censor this? Because I'm genuinely not sure if I need to censor this. Well, anyhow, after all of that, the Breach expedition dropped. And listen. I love this game, as you probably can already tell. I love the building, even if the snapping sometimes feels like wrestling with a cosmic Akii set, but it's whatever. I love exploring planets and hanging out with other players, but expeditions and the time-limited reward nonsense, they're chores. They are fucking chores. I didn't record anything of the expeditions because, again, it was in my fucking break and I didn't think to recording, but holy shit, the FOMO aspect mixed with the fact that it's just chores is annoying as fuck. But I finished it, and hey, new Corvette parts for my efforts. So I built a new and improved sail ship, which I in turn named the Bloodwake Tempest, and it's basically my own design with some inspiration that I learned from building the Black Maw and the Voidfang, and seeing some other sail ships. I started to work on the interior, started establishing an outpost on a new runner homeworld for Tala Flora, and while this would be a perfect time to end this video, I wish to go over one of the pod races that happened, as the lovely Dropsim allowed me to use the clips he sent me, the recording from my POV that I made at his request, and his entire VOD from Twitch. What a fucking legend that guy is, genuinely. Plus, I wish to show how legendary these events are, even if I can only summarize these races quickly now. Dropsin is an amazing person, and I want you all to show him love over at Twitch. I was having so much fun at the pod races. It is absolutely insane, so I would highly appreciate it if you showed Dropsin some love and joined us through the stream at the races. And as for now, before we get into the summary of the races, let me show you how insanely fast these ships are with the following clip that you've already fucking seen. And remember, countdown 3 seconds and we are over 1,500 units away from where Dropsin is in this clip. Now, let's not stall further and get to the summary of this event. We started with just hanging out in the station, fixing up on pod races for the races while talking about racing, pod racing, and just God in the world, basically. And after a bit of hanging out, the races were starting to get set up. And once we were set up, races began. And the first race was Dropsin versus Stoner Ninja. next person was Stoner against me. And let's just look at how that went. After that, it was metal versus drop sim that I counted in, more or less well, if you're honest. And it was insane. I want to show you the 3 races because they were insanely tense and had me very much on edge. Then me and Ninja had a just for fun race again, and after that it was metal against me. And you'll see why Solara has the best racers, while Redwater has the best pirate ships. And the final race was Ninja versus Metal. And that's where we are now. Over 200 hours of gameplay, summarized into however many minutes this video ends up being. I wish I could have gone into more detail of some events, yet I didn't record a lot because I was mostly enjoying it by myself, so I had to recreate all of this as simple and as fast as possible for this video. Just note that my journey through No Man's Sky is not over, and it will not end for another while. After all, I now have pod races to attend, dogfights to witness, and learn to properly fight players in my spaceships, so I may potentially attend those dogfights. So you see, there is still so much more to do for me in this absolutely amazing game, and the journey just never ends. We just keep moving along an endlessly amazing path that does not seem to end, with the full freedom to do whatever you desire, and that is the absolute beauty of No Man's Sky. If you made it to the end of the video here, leave a like, can't have been that awful, right? If you stuck around this long. Subscribe if you like my content and want to see more. And I hope you did like this new type of content, this new style that I was doing in this video, that's more storytelling heavy than my typical reviews. I've tried to blend them together a bit, so you still get the review while I talk about my journey of the game. I don't know if this style will necessarily stick exactly how it is right now, but I quite like it, and I hope you do too. Let me know in the comments below. But as for now, I'll put 2 videos up on screen that you can watch. Here's one about a game that's also set in space. It's the one I got to do with Lord Pyramon, my good friend and idol, on Halo Combat Evolved, and here is my latest video. But that's all the time I have for now. And with that, ciao neto, ciao, Kuro.